Okay, now for the Cup class. Third place overall, Monster Energy Kawasaki's Joey Savatgy. Second place overall, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing's Jason Anderson. All the way down. Yeah. And now the first two-time Monster Energy Cup champion, $1 million richer, Monster Energy Kawasaki's Eli Tomac. Congratulations, guys. Well, Joey, welcome to the 450 class. This was your debut. I know you had a lot of work you put into this, and it has to feel good to be on the podium in the Premier Division in your first swing.
Yeah, for sure. It's obviously when you make a change, and whether it be a change of brand or a change of class, it's always ideal to transition as smoothly as possible. And obviously, the ultimate goal is to be up here. But coming in, I didn't really have too many expectations. I wanted to get the day started and qualify good and kind of just go in and take it race by race. And that first race, it was good that I got the whole shot, but it made it a little bit worse for me because I tightened up a little bit and made a few mistakes. But all in all, I felt really good today.
Congratulations. Jason Anderson, well, you decided to race, and it looks like it's a good decision that you did. You're second overall. You've had some good memories here in this stadium. You won in 2017. You won your championship 6 months ago, and now you're second at the Monster Energy Cup. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely a late addition, but I'm glad I came. I got to race a little bit. I felt good out there. My starts weren't the best, but definitely was able to stay consistent and come out with second place. It was it was pretty mediocre for the most part, but pumped to be up here and race a little bit and start my preparation.
Right on. Congratulations. Eli Tomac, wow, you win the first main event, you win the second main event. Right before the third main event, you got the camera on you, they're interviewing you. What is that pressure like with $1 million just sitting right there, 10 laps?
I just had to keep talking to myself, and then saying, I like the pressure. Both times they came up to me what do you think? You got a chance for the $1 million? I'm like, well, I'm here. So I don't even know what to think. It's just crazy day, crazy night.
You realize you made another man a millionaire too. That has
so cool. And we were just talking about the odds, just unbelievable to get there.
Awesome, congratulations. Okay, we'll open up the floor to the media, please. Name and press affiliation.
Steve Giberson with Vital MX. Joey, leading that last main, it would have been a fairly terrible intro to beat Eli and not make the greatest welcome for you. How was that going to play out?
No, I think at the end of the day, the end goal is as a team. So for Team Kawasaki, for us to go 1 and 2 in the moto and 1 and 3 overall I think that's pretty cool. Obviously the debut and a lot of unknowns. But for me, I've put in a good amount of work in the few weeks that I've been riding and made a lot of progress, and I feel really good. So, that's about all I got.
Chris Cooksey, Moto X Addicts. So Jason, you were a last-minute addition to this race. So what now? What's your program? Are you in California, Florida? What are you doing?
I guess I'm going to ride in California for a little bit, and then we'll kind of just play it by ear, see where we want to be, and just ride a little bit of Supercross and get ready for some off-season races. And, I don't really know. We'll see how it goes.
Steve Cox with Cycle News. Obviously, in that last main event, you were going to win the overall anyway, Eli. So the win was a done deal. But $1 million is $1 million. What do you think? 10%? 10% for Joey?
No comment.
Jason, why were you on the fence? We heard you were out in. What were you trying to figure out to decide to race here?
Honestly, I was just riding outdoors and kind of enjoying my off time a little bit. And then, I was obviously watching the races last weekend. I was watching the Nations, and I was like, on Thursday, I was riding Supercross, and I was like, I don't really want to stay at home another weekend. I'd just be bored and watching these guys race on TV. So I just kind of wanted to, got done doing my motos on Thursday, and I was just like, man, let's get this practice bike ready and go out there and do some racing.
Michael Antonovich with Transworld Motocross. This is for Joey. Your inclusion to the factory team has been kind of critically questioned by fans. I think that's kind of putting it lightly. But knowing your riding style, you ride well when you're not under pressure coming in today, it seems like all the weight was on him. For you, what was it like to transition to the 450 class, lead laps, and then end up on the podium in your first shot?
All in all, people are going to say what they want to say. The people on the internet are clearly there for a reason. They're not the ones making the call as to who gets what. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. But, I mean, I wouldn't even say that I do better when I'm not under pressure. But, you know, I think we just went through a funk and struggled last year, or I guess this year. But, you know, like when I made that transition, it was good. There was a few areas that I was a little nervous on making that transition. I didn't know how it would be, but you know, as I got on the bike and got more comfortable, we've made a lot of progress in a few amount of weeks that we've been riding Supercross. And honestly, like I feel really good.
Matt Rybeltowski with Forbes. Eli, you had an incredible comeback there with 3 laps to go. You were down by 3 seconds or so, and then you shaved that to 1.1 seconds with a lap left. At what point did you really know that you could overtake Joey there?
I never really knew, and I was just, I don't know, I was just pinning it, and I was really just sending it into the sand. I was getting good drive in the sand and just going all the way. So, yeah, that was something else.
And what do you plan on doing with the $1 million?
I'm gonna go buy some sort of toy. I just don't know what it is yet.
Steve Iverson with Vital MX. Eli, talk about kind of coming back in the stadium. They added that jump in there. Man, you guys had to pretty well launch it off that thing. What was it like?
Yeah, we were just launching, you know. Some of these guys were actually going farther. They were going triple. I never even went triple off of it. So it turned into something cool. I was a little bit bummed when they actually put it in, you know, because I was like, oh, they kind of took the fast section out of the track, but it ended up working out. And Shoot even made passes in that section in the night. So, yeah, that section was gnarly last year too, but at least this year we all got through it.
Jason, you got stuck in the gate that one. I think you got stuck in the gate. It seemed as if you did, but you still made it way up, you know, pretty far up into the field. Can you talk a little bit about sort of how that worked and if the Joker lane helped you, you know, strategy there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hit the gate or anything. I just had a little issue on the gate, and yeah, I mean, I had to restart my bike and get going again, but. Yeah, I mean, that race I think is what really got me the consistency, you know, to get on the podium, because I really had to take a few risks, and I even that last lap, me and Joey I kind of came in and slammed him a little bit, but I think that race was a good one. I felt pretty fast, and yeah, it's hard, you know. This race is all about the start, and when you don't get a start, it is chaotic because it's a pretty mellow track. So for us, there's not much separation at all. So like trying to pass guys whenever it's pretty easy to go, you know, the same speed is tough. So it's close racing.
For both of you guys, how is the 2019 Cowboy? Obviously, it looks great. The results are awesome. But what has the transition been like? Because it is a new bike this year.
It was sweet this weekend. Yeah, I mean, like, as good as it gets, right? Our starts were there. Like, that's huge. It's getting off the gate, and the thing's really good off the line right now. Got a good motor down the straightaway, and we're able to get that chassis dialed in, you know, pretty easy. I mean, there's a lot of work behind the scenes, but for us, it's been pretty smooth.
Yeah, I don't really have a comment. Obviously, the bike's incredible for me, but I didn't ride the 18 at all, so I don't know, but I like it.
Eli, we always hear about racers. They have a bad week. They try to put it past them. Last week didn't go great for you, but clearly you've put that in the past now. So what was Monday to this week like for you to push all that to the side and then come out here?
Yeah, last week it's still in my head and in my mind. Like it's bugging us and bugging me, and you know, I know we're better than what we finished, but you know, that's why we go racing, and we didn't make it happen. So you know, I think it added probably 3 years to my career, because I want to go over there and get some revenge on those guys. So all in all, though, we did just get straight up beat.
But I mean, as far as from Monday to now, like, what did you do to get past that to go out and do what you need to do tonight?
Well, it was such a short week anyway. It was like Monday you're flying back, and then Tuesday we were on the Supercross, so it's just, you had to get right back in that mode.
Anybody else? Okay, let's hear it for your podium for the 2018 Monster Energy Cup.